In a small village nestled between towering mountains, there lived a wise old Zen master named Hiroshi. His wisdom and calm demeanor attracted many seekers of knowledge and peace. Among them was a young man named Kenta, who was struggling to find direction in his life. One day, Kenta approached Hiroshi with a heavy heart and a troubled mind. "Master," he said, "I feel lost and incapable of achieving my dreams. No matter how hard I try, I keep failing. How can I achieve anything in life?" Hiroshi, with a gentle smile, invited Kenta to join him for a walk. They wandered through the village until they reached a river. The master stopped by the riverbank, gazing at the flowing water. "Kenta," he began, "life is like this river. It flows continuously, adapting to the rocks and obstacles in its path without losing its essence." Curious, Kenta listened intently as Hiroshi continued. "The river does not force its way, but finds a path through persistence and patience. Similarly, to achieve anything in life, you must learn to flow like the river." Hiroshi then picked up a small pebble and handed it to Kenta. "Throw this pebble into the water," he instructed. Kenta did as he was told, and the pebble created ripples that spread across the river's surface. "Observe the ripples," Hiroshi said. "Each small action creates an impact, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Consistent efforts, no matter how small, will eventually lead to significant results." Kenta began to understand the master's wisdom, but still felt uncertain. "But master, what if the challenges are too great? What if I am not strong enough?" Hiroshi turned to a nearby bamboo grove and pointed to the tall, resilient plants swaying in the wind. "Bamboo is strong yet flexible. It bends but does not break. When faced with challenges, be like the bamboo. Adapt, be resilient, and never lose your core strength." Inspired by Hiroshi's words, Kenta realized that achieving anything in life required a combination of persistence, patience, and adaptability. He thanked the master and promised to apply these lessons to his own life. Years later, Kenta returned to the village as a successful and fulfilled man. He had achieved his dreams by embracing the principles taught by Hiroshi. With a heart full of gratitude, he shared his journey with others, passing on the Zen master's wisdom. Remember, you too can achieve anything if you learn to flow like the river, create ripples with your actions, and be resilient like the bamboo. The path to success is not always straightforward, but with persistence, patience, and adaptability, you can overcome any obstacle and reach your goals.
This story is for those who feel dissatisfied with their lives and believe others are happier. To truly grasp the message, be sure to watch till the end. Once upon a time, a raven was very unhappy with his life. One day, while sitting on a branch of a tree, he began to cry. A monk who was sitting beneath the tree felt a tear drop from the raven land on his cheek. The monk looked up and saw the raven crying. With concern in his voice, the monk asked, "What troubles you, my friend? Why are you crying?" The raven replied, "O wise one, I am deeply unhappy with my life. No one loves me. People shoo me away in disgrace. No one gives me anything to eat. Everyone hates me. Sometimes I feel that death would be better than living like this." The monk's heart filled with compassion as he listened. He gently advised the raven, "My friend, we should learn to find happiness in whatever circumstances we are in." However, the raven was too consumed by his sorrow to understand the monk's wisdom and continued to cry. Seeing the raven's distress, the monk said, "Don't be upset. Tell me, what do you wish to be? With my mantra, I can make you anything you desire." The raven's eyes lit up with hope, and he said, "O blessed one, if you wish to help me, then please make me a swan." The monk nodded and said, "I will grant your wish, but first go and ask a swan whether he is truly happy with his life. Once you know, return to me, and I will be waiting here." Filled with excitement, the raven flew off to find a swan. Soon, he spotted a swan gracefully swimming in a pond. The raven approached and said, How beautiful you are! Your feathers are as white as milk. Everyone must adore you. Surely you are the happiest bird in the world." The swan, with a heavy heart, replied, "No, my friend, I am not happy. The world is full of beautiful colors, yet I have none. White is such a plain color. I often think that the parrot, with its vibrant colors, must be the happiest bird in the world." The raven, curious about the parrot, flew off to meet one. When he found the parrot, he said, "Oh, parrot, you are so colorful and beautiful. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But the parrot, too, was sad. He responded, "No, my friend, I am not happy. People often keep parrots in cages. I live in constant fear of being captured and confined. I think the peacock, with its magnificent plumage, must be the happiest bird on earth." Determined to find the happiest bird, the raven flew off in search of a peacock. After a long search, he finally found a peacock in a zoo, surrounded by people admiring its beauty. When the crowd dispersed, the raven approached the peacock and said, "Dear peacock, you are so beautiful. Every day, thousands of people come to see you. When people see me, they just shoo me away. You must be the happiest bird on the planet." To the raven's surprise, the peacock sighed and said, "I used to believe I was the happiest bird because of my beauty, but my beauty has become my curse. I am trapped in this zoo because of it. People pluck my colorful feathers to make decorative items, and it pains me greatly. I am not happy, my friend." The raven, bewildered, asked, "If you are not happy, then who do you think is the happiest bird in the world?" The peacock replied, "After observing the zoo carefully, I've realized that you, the raven, are the only bird not kept in a cage. People don't try to catch you or trap you. For the past few days, I've been thinking that if I were a raven, I could freely roam the skies, and I would be truly happy." Hearing this, the raven finally understood. For the first time he felt content to be who he was. He flew back to the monk and said, "Oh, wise one, I don't want to be anything else. I am happy just as I am." This story reflects our own lives. We often make unnecessary comparisons with others, leading to sadness and self-criticism. We fail to appreciate what we have, which traps us in a cycle of unhappiness. The key to true happiness lies in embracing and valuing what we already have, rather than longing for what we don't. Remember, there will always be someone who has more or less than you, but happiness comes from being content with your own life. Thank you for watching this story. If it resonated with you, please like the video and follow for more inspiring content. And always remember, keep smiling and be happy with what you have. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled among rolling hills, there lived a young man named Hero, known throughout the village for his restless mind. Hero was constantly caught in a whirlwind of thoughts, always analyzing, worrying about the past, and fretting over the future. His mind was a maze of cluttered thoughts, and peace seemed forever out of reach. One day, Hero heard tales of a renowned Zen master who resided atop a distant mountain. This master was said to possess the secret to inner peace and tranquility. Drawn by the promise of calm, Hero decided to embark on a journey to seek the wisdom of this Zen master. After days of arduous travel, Hero finally arrived at the mountain's peak. There, in a tranquil garden, he found the Zen master seated in deep meditation, his eyes gently closed. With a respectful bow, Hiro approached the master. "Master," Hiro began, "I have journeyed far in search of your guidance. My mind is restless, and I yearn for inner peace. Can you teach me how to quiet my thoughts and empty my mind?" The Zen master opened his eyes, gazing at Hiro with a serene smile. "Empty your mind, you say? Very well, I shall teach you," he replied softly. The master led Hiro to a small courtyard where a beautiful garden flourished. In the center of the courtyard stood a large stone basin filled to the brim with clear water. The master picked up a ladle, dipped it into the basin, and poured the water into a smaller, empty bowl. "Now, Hiro," the master instructed, "your task is to empty this basin. You must transfer all the water to the smaller bowl without spilling a single drop." Hiro stared at the task before him, perplexed. How could he possibly empty the entire basin into such a small bowl? Despite his doubts, he accepted the challenge and began diligently scooping water. Hours passed as Hiro labored, yet no matter how much he poured, the basin remained full. Frustration gnawed at him, and his mind grew even more restless. The Zen master observed Hiro's struggle with compassionate eyes. He approached and gently placed a hand on Hiro's shoulder. "My dear student," the master said gently, "you are striving so hard to empty the basin, yet you have forgotten the most important step. To empty the basin, you must first empty your mind." Hiro looked up at the master, confusion clouding his eyes. "But, master, how do I empty my mind?" The master smiled warmly. "Let go of your worries, your fears, and your attachments," he advised. "Focus solely on the task at hand. Be fully present in this moment, and the rest will follow." Taking a deep breath, Hiro released his frustration. He ceased trying so hard and instead focused on each individual scoop, savoring the sound of the water and the sensation of each movement. Slowly he entered a state of flow where his mind became clear and his actions effortless. As Hiro's mind quieted, something remarkable occurred. The basin seemed to respond to his newfound tranquility. With each scoop, the water flowed effortlessly into the smaller bowl, and gradually the basin began to empty. Finally, Hiro poured the last drop of water into the small bowl. He turned to the Zen master, his heart filled with awe and gratitude. "You see, Hiro," the master said, "when you empty your mind, you allow the universe to flow through you. You become one with the task at hand, and everything falls into place." In that moment, Hiro understood that true peace and clarity had always been within him. From that day forward, he carried the master's wisdom in his heart, a constant reminder to live in the present and release the burdens that weighed him down.